Hey guys, welcome back to GTA Speedy. Today we'll talk about things you should know before you buy Cyberpunk 2077. Let's head into it. Number 10, Story. The tale sees protagonist V seeking the chip of immortality. See, V and Jackie Willis have to steal it from the Araska Corporation. For details for the prologue. Things go wrong, of course, and V is betrayed and seemingly killed. Legendary rocker Johnny Silverhand, played by Keanu Reeves, is haunting them. Except not really, and to top it off, V is apparently kept alive by the chip of immortality. But why and for what purpose? And why does Johnny want Night City to be burned to the ground? It is necessary to answer a number of questions, but it could all begin a lot more differently. Number 9, First-person perspective. It was perhaps most surprising to fans, for the character creation options available, that Cyberpunk 2077 would be a first-person game. Community leader Marcin Momo said the decision to go with this is something that, from gameplay and storytelling perspective, will greatly benefit the immersion. Although the third-person perspective pops up occasionally, this will only be in some cutscenes and while driving. In the inventory menu and when looking at mirrors, V will also be visible. It is a big shift, but as more gameplay is revealed, one that has begun to make sense. Number 8, Shards. Those interested in Night City's overall lore and history might want to search for shards. These are collectible lore items that will outline a number of things, from the backstory of Johnny Silverhand to each gang's history, the Megacorps, and perhaps even how this was the way the world had to be. It would be interesting to see if a secret ending or revelation is triggered by collecting these shards. It's worth to keep an eye out for them all the same though. Number 7, Companions. As V's companion, Jackie Willis has popped up quite a bit, but there will be others that can fill the role. In a developer's Q&A, quest designer Philip Weber said there would be several different companions throughout the game. They can also hang out with them in addition to accompanying V on different quests and will play interesting roles in the story. Interestingly, depending on your choices, some of these characters can become friends or foes. Number 6, Romances. Though CD Projekt Red hasn't explicitly outlined how romances will work, quest designer Paul Sasko told GameSpot in August 2019 that meeting characters whose goals align with V's may spark interest on the side of the NPC, depending on the decisions made, of course. However, they won't immediately fall for you, and some may even opt to be just friends. Sasko also noticed that the choices of players define how many relationships V will have, but it is impossible to change some preferences, almost as it is in real life. We think this is one of the key variables that makes characters feel real, natural, and real. In the story, we pay a lot of attention to the characters, as they are the main pillars of the plot. Number 5, Branching dialogues and quests. Each choice has a consequence, but even simple conversations will have a variety of options for players. Whether it is the usual choices of dialogue or specific lines based on one's life's path, stats, and so on. It is possible to either successfully connect the gang to Netwatch's network during last year's demo, which saw V take on a job for the Voodoo Boys, or distrust them entirely in favor of Netwatch, which opens up even more choices. Different life paths will also have some content exclusive to them, although on that front, CD Projekt Red will not disclose too much. Number 4, Main quest length. In Cyberpunk 2077, the main quest is going to be shorter. This does not necessarily mean that. Overall, it will have less content, but it should take less time to see the conclusion of the main story of V. Actually, without even completing the main quest, you could end up finishing the game. The story of Spider's Web was described by lead quest programmer Paul Sasko as the main storyline with various subplots that surround it, which can be triggered in various ways. These subplots allow us to do something we have never done before. They change the game's main plot, and they do so in such a way that you may not even finish the main plot, but still finish the game and get a completely different epilogue when the player with a different life path who made different choices, met different characters, and formed different relationships with them. Number 3, Street Stories. along with the main quest. As per producer John Mamas was talking to on MSFT, players can indulge in street stories, side quests that allow a certain template but that are customized to make them feel unique. Although in these quests you won't see some of the more advanced cinematic storytelling sequences, they will have some story to them and provide ways to level up V. Expect to go along with various activities in total with around 75 street stories. Number 2, game over and quest failure. Thanks to the chip of immortality, V cannot remain dead, but that doesn't mean they can't die at all. This will cause a game over screen to appear, but the story will continue no matter how badly a quest fails or who dies as a result. This fits into the earlier confirmation by CD Projekt Red that GTA-style rampages will be possible, but due to the number of choices available, players may be dissuaded from doing so. Whether or not some NPCs are unkillable remains to be seen, but the sheer number of ripples could be immense in the game world. Number 1, multiple endings. There will be multiple endings to the game, to no one's surprise. This seemed a given with a number of choices, life paths, NPCs, and so on. What can happen in the epilogue and the ramifications of one choices are all yet to be revealed. How different each ending will be, however, it is sufficient to say that there will be plenty of reasons for months, even years to come, to replay Cyberpunk 2077. It is important to have at least a brief understanding of what the game is about before buying it. These 10 facts should have provided you exactly that. What do you think about these 10 facts about Cyberpunk 2077? Do you think one should know about them before buying the game? Let us know in the comments section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.